Hello, everyone. I decided to just go live right now and see how things work out. Just experimenting and trying with the time, trying to get used to some of the time for the to do the live stream twice a day. So I just kept a theme. What is a typical day in your life like? Like what is it like? Normal day. Same kind of routine. Same kind of routine. Mundane life. Mundane life. Hi, Stephen. How are you today? And there are so many things in life that we just go through the motions of the day without really applying or doing much extra effort, right? It's just a normal. It's just a normal. We just go from one thing to another, and soon the day is over, and we are back home. That's good, Stephen. That's nice. How was your day? Did you have time to relax? Made any new videos? I was putting together some screenshots for Clipchamp. Okay, this afternoon, whole afternoon, I was working out screenshots for Clipchamp. So I've got that already. I have to do a lot of editing. That will take some time. Okay, that will take some time. So I will complete that on Friday. Tomorrow I won't have time. I'll be busy. So I'll complete that on Friday. And I'm going to put Canva. I'll try to put Canva out first, and then I'll complete Clipchamp. Canva, I've worked out everything. And I think the editing also is almost done. I'm not sure. I have to check. And then I will put that out. No, I haven't edited Canva. I've only got my screenshots. I have not edited Canva. So I'll have to. Editing really takes a long time. Still trying to decide what I want to video next. I thought you said you had a lot of content, Stephen. No, I've never videoed until now. No, I mean, like, I think you said, like, on the way to work and things like that. Some weeks ago, you have worked out a lot of content, like you had a lot of videos or something like that. Just shoot. Anytime you're going to the supermarket, you're going to the bank. You're taking a mother out for a therapy session or something like that, and anything interesting along the way you see, just shoot a video and keep it. You never know when you can make use of that video. You know, so just shoot things at random. Shoot things at random and just keep it. And maybe even if it's a longer video, you could always edit it and make it into a short, right? So it could always be useful. Okay, you posted whatever you had. Like I shoot many things at random, like, yeah, many things. So like I shot that bird at the airport, and suddenly I saw that bird hopping along, quickly pulled out my phone and just tried to follow the bird. And I captured like about 2 minutes or something of the bird till somebody came with a big trolley of luggage and sort of chased it away, and the bird never returned. So like I had just taken out 2 minutes. So I edited it into a shot and I put it up as a video. And I had already a video scheduled for that day, but I postponed it to a later date. And I put the bird video because that is contemporary, right? Something that just happened. So I did that. Do you notice any change about me compared to the morning? Compared to morning or yesterday, do you notice any change about me? I want to see. I want to see how. Actually, I wanted to keep quiet and see whether anyone will be how observant some people are. I wanted to just make sure and see, but I decided to just ask you that question. You find anything different about me? Uh yeah. Last few days I I haven't had my headphones on because I was just going live at any time, right? So I did not have my headphones on. Morning I managed without my glasses for some time, but then I had to wear it towards the end. I But there's something more noticeable than all that, and it's something like I kept saying a lot this morning. I kept saying a lot this morning about it. And in a way it's related to in a way that thing is related to some good news that happened to me today. You know my three grandchildren came from school, and I believe me or not, I asked them the same question. So the eldest is the girl, she's 12. Next month she'll be 13, beginning of next month. Then the sorry then comes a boy, and the boy is 7. The boy is how old is the boy? He is 8, I think. Yeah, I think he is 8 years old. And then comes the youngest fellow. He's in KG. So I asked them the same question. I said, "Come here, all three of you." When they took off their clothes and changed and all, I said, "Come here. I want to ask you a question, and I want to see who's the cleverest of you all. I want to see who's the smartest." Like. So the middle child, he says, "Oh, my father always says that I am the smartest." I said, "Okay, but I want to see who is the smartest." So I asked him the same question. What do you notice something about me? Something that's different from the morning, from yesterday, something very much different about me? And they all began to guess. And uh, then the eldest girl, she said something, and I said, "Very good, you got it right. And can you tell me why?" And now they all began thinking why. They started giving different reasons. And then the eldest girl, she said, she gave the correct reason why. Yes, yes, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Ah, your connection, low resolution. That's sad. But you hit the nail on the head, correct? I had a shave, and that is related to good news. Do you know what's that good news? I finally had a shave, and that is related to good news. What is the good news? I'm testing memory power, yeah. But I said it so often. Yes, absolutely right. I was so happy when it came in. So the first thing I did was I took out my shaving kit, and first thing I went in for a shave. I don't like to shave, but it's looking so untidy, so untidy. So full marks for you, full marks for you. Yeah, finally it was delivered. Such a blessing it is. In Philippines, everybody is on a live stream. There's so many others who are also they do come now and then. Each of them are already on their live stream. Oh, okay, okay. So there is a problem only with yours, or is it in the area? Is there a problem with the internet connection in your area, or only for your place? My son-in-law, they went in for Starlink. They went in for Starlink because they are more like they're out of town in the country kind of, and there was problems for their internet, so they went in for Starlink. And he said it's very good. Like the download is so much faster and better and things like that. Okay, so you're getting a different provider. You're going in with a different provider. Okay, that's nice. I have no idea about these providers. Verizon and DSL. Hmm. When do you go back to work, Stephen? Thursday night. Okay. You know, Stephen, I was just thinking how lucky we are in the western part of the world. Like, uh, like we are really, sometimes, it's really a blessing to be in these countries. For example, like now you are working shifts, right? So when you have a change of shift, like you have a couple of days off, and like my shift also, of course, I didn't have change of shift, like, but we get a couple of days off before we can, come for the next duty and things like that. So I have this Filipino friend, like I've known her for the last 4 years now, and maybe actually 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5 years. I know her for 5 years now. So so she's on shift duty. So I was asking her, what is your shift duty like? So she does day and night. So can you believe it, Stephen? Let's say like let's say she works from Monday to Saturday. Okay, she works from Monday to Saturday, and she has day shift. Okay, Monday to Saturday she has day shift. Sunday is her off day. Throughout the week, this is it. All right. So she will work Monday to Saturday, day shift. Then Sunday is her off day. So then she has to start the night shift. So she will start the night shift on Monday night. So she works Monday night to Saturday night, and she comes off work on Sunday morning. Then she has Sunday off, and Monday she goes back again for the day shift. Can you believe it? They are having change of shift, and only one Sunday they get off. Unbelievable, no? Hello, Chona. How are you, Chona? Nice to see you after a long time. Thank you for coming. I feel so much like they are exploited, in Philippines and all. Like, and first, like the job she had, like she used to be getting paid. She used to be getting paid like 8,000 a month, and now she gets paid about like 12,000 a month. But they get paid only for the days they work, not for the days they are off. Very sad it is, really sad. But for me also, like, it was only according to the shift I work. Whatever shift I work, I get paid only for the shift days. I don't get paid for the off days. I don't get paid for that, only for the shift days. And they calculate it on a per hour basis, and they used to pay us every fortnightly, twice a week. But it was okay. It was okay. The previous job I had at Carrier Canada, that was a good job. That was nice. I enjoyed that work. I did a lot of training, training dealers and other people. Like, it was really good. I missed that job. So tell us something about a typical day. What's a typical day like for you? Just a normal, ordinary day. Usually, it's the same thing that you're doing every day. It's the same thing you're doing every day. So normally, what is a typical day like? So for me, like, let's look back now. Here it is different, but let's look back when I was in Thailand. A typical day for me in Thailand. So the first thing I get up is I wash up and all that, and I have my breakfast. And then after breakfast, I sit down with Duolingo. I'm learning a little bit of French, so I sit down with Duolingo. Or sometimes I would go onto my YouTube channel and I would just look at some of the comments and things like that and reply to the comments. So if there were few, I would do that. If there were a lot of comments, I'll reply to a few. Then I'll take a break and I will go on to Duolingo and do a little bit of French. And because that Duolingo, uh, I had to work at it for at least about 30 minutes. Thank you, Ia. Thank you so much, Ia. Ia was on a live stream. Is your live stream over, Ia? I've still got your live stream on. You're still on your live stream. Yeah, so I had Ia, and there was somebody else. I kept both of them on the live stream. It's nice on the laptop. American man, Filipino wife. So I kept both of them on my live stream, on their live stream. Sorry. Thank you, Ia. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So was I was Ali employee only get paid for hours worked? Yes, you're right. And like when I was working for Carrier Canada, we worked 8 hour shift, but we were paid only for 7 hours because the 1 hour lunch break, they did not pay us for that. Then the security job I worked for, so that company was good. We had two 15-minute breaks in our 8 hour shift. In our 8 hour shift, we could take two 15-minute breaks. And they paid us for that. They didn't deduct any money. They paid us for the counted it as the full working hours, like, so they didn't deduct anything for that time off. So that was nice. I work for a company called G4, the figure 4, G4S. G4S. Good they were. But I had a very, very nasty scheduling manager. Very nasty scheduling manager. John, John something. Can you believe it? When my wife passed away, and I put in for the leave, he's telling me, "I'm sorry, there's nobody who can replace you. You have to carry on with your shift till we get somebody to replace you." And you know that leave should be always applied for in advance. And I wrote to him also back again, and I said, "Oh, thank you very much for pointing out the rule and regulation, but Unfortunately, I wasn't informed that my wife is going to pass away, so that is why I couldn't inform you in advance about taking time off from work. How stupid! And he knew my wife passed away because the morning she passed away, I got the message at 5 o'clock. She passed away around midnight, but my son only came from party at 5 o'clock and discovered her cold. And he just called me up and said, Mama's gone. So I just told my other security guard, I'm sorry, I'm leaving. My wife has passed away. I'm leaving. So just call the. We have a mobile supervisor. He goes around checking during the night shift. So I said, just call him. A very nice guy, very efficient guy, and he's strict, but he's also kind. He's strict with many things, but he's also a kind-hearted man. So I said, just call him up and tell him my wife has passed away. I'm going off, so to make a replacement for me. So the minute he called and all that, so nice, like, he had already got like it was the weekend. She passed away on a Saturday morning, so it was a weekend, and I have a 12-hour shift. So I had to work like till 12 o'clock, till 11 o'clock that day. And like I left around 5 o'clock. So he immediately arranged somebody nearby to come and take over for a few hours. And then somebody else came in to take over for the other hours. And that lady said, I can only come for about 2 hours or something. He said, okay, you come. Because she was staying close by. He said, okay, you come for the 2 hours. I will arrange in the meantime somebody else for the remaining hours. And he arranged it. And when he arranges all this, he has to contact our scheduler. He has to contact our scheduler. So he contacted our scheduler and said that, and yet the scheduler had the audacity to, send me a message, because he was told the reason why I'm taking off, why I suddenly left work, and yet the scheduler tells me, you need to apply for leave. When I replied to him, I copied my area manager. I copied my area manager. Don't in your channel, don't hop to some other channel when I'm on live. Okay, 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 yeah. I have you on my laptop only, so it's playing, it's playing there. So, and even before, I used to copy my manager, my manager, very often I used to copy my manager on all my emails, and sometime I would write to her directly. She's a very nice lady. I used to write to her directly and tell her I'm not going to take a nonsense like this from my scheduler. So coming back to my routine, so just give me your routines. What is your normal, like, a typical day? So I would do a little bit of French, but I had to spend 30 minutes on French. So it depended, like either do some messages or I spend 30 minutes on French, and then I check my messages and check the comments on YouTube channels and other people's channels. I check something and I, reply to them. And if they are on live stream, I will keep somebody's live stream on. So between my phone and my laptop, I'm always keeping somebody, on live stream. So then then 10 o'clock I used to start my live stream. So before that, have a shower, and sometime I would have to cook. Quite often I would have to cook lunch, but sometimes there was lunch left over. So because I cook for 2 days, so there would be some food. So maybe sometime I run out of rice, so I will put up rice to cook in the morning. So it was between cooking or cleaning and tidying up the room and things like that. So that is how that mornings would go till I sit down for my live stream, have a shower, and get ready for the live stream. And then after the live stream, it was quickly have lunch. And I normally have a habit while I'm having lunch, I will watch a video on Netflix. I do that. So my lunch takes a long time to finish because I'm watching the video, and like that is my only time in the day, kind of my relaxation time, that way. And then after I finish the lunch, then usually I would try to upload some videos or do some editing or see to something, or so so I would like doing something on my for my channel, like either checking content that I have already, or uploading it, or editing it, and I would do something like that. And then I would be preparing a thumbnail for the next live stream in the evening, and then I would uh, post that out on social media. So that's how I used to do, and then start the live stream. So normally, like say roughly 5 to 7 o'clock. Sometime I end early. So 5 to 7, I would have my live stream in the evenings, and after that, like it was time for dinner. And after dinner, then I would view like on the channel some analytics and those kind of things, or I would go to Google and I would read some information on some information on some topics or something like that. I do kind of research on some topics. So that's what I used to do. Hi Joyce, how are you? Now we can say morning and evening to each other at the same at the same time for both, because we are on the same side of the world. So that is very important, that is good. So I used to just check up on various things and read information. I love reading on the internet. I love reading about information on different topics and something that's happening concurrent in the world, and things like that. So I enjoyed that. By the way, this is not a bed, this is not a bed post. This is walling all around. So it's all wall. It's all made of wood. So this is the kind of wooden paneling that is around the full house at this level. There is a wooden panel right around the room. And then it's got the same type of wooden panel. It's got this around the window. Yeah, I'm so lucky. I'm so happy my baggage turned up today. So Joyce, how was school today? Joyce, you went to school pretty late today, right? Are there exams or assessment or something going on? On a Tuesday, my first class begins at midday. Wow. Okay. That's why you left late. I was wondering, like, you're leaving at around 11 o'clock. Like, I said, wow. Okay. And every Tuesday, class begins at midday. That's nice. So at least every Tuesday, I'm sure to see you on my live stream. I still get confused with, the Thailand time and the Canada time now. But my laptop is showing the Thailand time, and my phone shows me the Canada time. So I kept it like that. So at least at one glance, I'm able to at least make out the difference. So I can look now and say like, oh, it's 7:35. So Stephen, it's 7:30 for Stephen and Joyce. It's 7:35 in the evening, right? It's 7:35 in the evening, and in Thailand it is 7:35 in the morning, and in Philippines it will be 8:35 in the morning. So that gives me an idea, like an inclination about the timings in both the places. Then from that time I can calculate the time for my sister. So if it's 7:30 in the morning, that means it's 6 o'clock in the morning for my sister. 6 o'clock in the morning, she's still sleeping. And when she does get up, she does get up. So that. So Joyce, come and tell me, what is a typical day for you? And Stephen, what is a typical day for you? A normal day, like. So like I gave you about my typical day, and after I do whatever I do in the night, like checking messages and again looking through comments and all that. Then again I end up with finishing the uh, Sudoku game, or and after that I go off to sleep. So sometimes I sleep pretty late. Sometimes I'm very tired, then I go off to sleep early. But now, like over here, my routine has changed. I have to change my routine, right, to adjust with the house folk. So here my routine has changed. So it's only after 7 o'clock that when my daughter and son-in-law they leave, then I'm able to use something. So it works out well. I have my breakfast and everything. Hello, yeah. Uh, did my routine not good though? Yeah, like even as a security guard, when I was doing it was such a mundane routine like we followed. So the other security guards never used to do a thorough job. Like when they are going on patrol, they will not really visit many of the places and all that. And I used to tell them, you must visit, at least know where it is. What if the supervisor one day decides to ask you guys? So I said, no, no, not me, because I'm I was leaving anyhow, right? Because I asked my mobile supervisor, I don't want to work in in this place any longer. I want to move to anywhere else, you tell me. So he sent me to another province called Bangkok. Bangkok, I'm saying. Uh, oh my God. It was there on the tip of my tongue, and then I went and said, if I will, but I will think of it. I will think of it. Uh, oh, it's not coming to my mind. So weekdays are different. I am up very early, rushed out to beat the traffic. Yes, I know we have to really get ahead of the traffic. Presently, I am working about 5 miles from home. Okay, so not bad, pretty close. Even when I was working in Canada, 5 minutes used to make a big difference. 5 minutes used to make a big difference. Like if we left 5 minutes later, we got stuck in traffic, and if we left 5 minutes earlier, we reached office very early. That much of a difference it was. But then we always said it's better that we reach office early. And though we clock in early, but they only pay us for whatever the time we are supposed to come in. They pay us only for that time. So I would just, do some general stuff and keep things ready. Steven says, yes, have been off once, Thursday evening, and go back to work Thursday evening. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible like that. Yeah, it's horrible. For me, when I used to be working when I was working for Carrier Canada, then it was like Monday to Friday work, and Saturday, Sunday off. So that was good. When I was doing shift duties, before that, when I was doing shift duties at Walmart, that was very bad, very bad. Because what we used to do, sometimes it was morning, sometimes it was afternoon, sometimes it was opening hours, sometimes it was closing hours, and we used to. Sometimes I started getting after Christmas, January, I started getting like 4 hours a week. And sometimes I'm going for full 4 hours, sometimes I'm going only for 2 hours, then I'm coming all the way home, and then another day I'm going for another 2 hours. It was very bad. It was very bad. And so lucky I got the Carrier Canada. Carrier Canada was like you work 5 days a week. And before that, when I used to, the manager was very good and told my wife, like, if Winston has morning shift, let him come here in the afternoon. If he has afternoon shift, let him come here in the morning. And sometime if he cannot come, like he has kind of an in between, like so I cannot go there to work, and neither can I go after my work. So it was a kind of afternoon shift. Then I couldn't go anywhere. I had to work my shift. So because like I had to go to another province, and my workplace was in Mississauga, but I used to go to another province to work. So commuting time was not possible. Even driving, it was not possible. So what happened was, I so she said, okay, if Winston wants, he can come and work on Saturday or Sunday. He can come and work, but it will not be overtime, because normally people, if they had extra work, and the manager of the department, like the manager, sanctioned that yes, they can come because there is important work to do. So then you would get paid overtime. So overtime was always like 1.5 times the salary. So she only said like Winston will not get overtime because he has to complete his 35 hours per week. He has to complete his 35 hours per week. So he will not have the overtime. If he happens to complete more than the 35 hours, then yes, he will be paid overtime. But otherwise, he has to complete his 35 hours per week. So if he comes on a Saturday or a Sunday to work, then and he completes his 35 hours, then he gets paid just normal salary. So that was okay. Yeah, Stephen, you're very lucky. You're very lucky, actually. And good company you must be at. That company must be a good company because, you work 7 days, night, 7 days, and you have like, it's a very good company. It's a very good company. Very rare to get something like that. But I guess like your father worked there for so many years and now you are working there for so many years. So it's really good. It's a nice company. Yes, Joyce. What is the worst thing? What is the worst thing is when people don't turn up on time for their shift. You know, people don't turn up on time for their shift, and that is one of the worst things. Because now, see, I had a sick wife at home, and not just a sick wife at home, but like I had to go home, uh, wake her up from sleep, or sometimes she's awake, but she cannot get off the bed, right? She cannot turn, she cannot do anything. And we arranged the PSW who used to come to give her a shower. We arranged the time at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I broke off from work. at 7 in the morning. I used to work from 11 in the night to 7 in the morning. So I used to break off work at 7 in the morning. And so, uh, like, she did not mind. The shower would finish fast, like, So she would wait for me, and I would go home by about, say, 7:05, maximum 7:10. I would be home. But if the replacing people did not come on time, then it became a little dicey because the other boy, he was staying far away. At least I'm staying nearby, but he was staying far away, and he had just a little time to sleep, and then he used to do um, this food delivery service, no, like how we have what is it? I don't know in Canada. I forget now what we have, but like we have Grab, and all these kind of food deliveries, right? So he used to do that also. So he used to sleep a few hours. He used to sleep a few hours, and then he used to go and do this, like, food delivery service, and then again have a few hours sleep, and then come for the night shift. So it was not fair to him also. He has to sleep, and then he had a regular duty to go for during the day. So I couldn't always ask him, like, to stay on. So sometimes I had to stay on. So I used to tell my supervisor that this is not fair. When people have to come for a relief duty, they have to plan. They have to leave the house early so that they come. And morning, there's no such thing as like traffic and all those kind of things. You have to leave your house on time. And I said, I have a sick wife at home. I have the PSW coming at 7 o'clock. I have to do my, I have to be there to, lift her off the bed and then bring her to the shower and all those things. So I can't delay that. Like, so it's very infuriating. It's very infuriating when people don't turn up for their shift. So So sometimes they would say, okay, you have to go. No, I said, no, let it be. You go. I will wait a few minutes more. Because at least if one security guard comes, we used to be two. So at least if one security guard comes, we can take off. He can manage by himself till somebody comes, till the second one comes. He can manage. But the first one has to turn up, right? So I used to tell him sometimes you go off, or sometimes I used to go off, and then he will wait till, or I would wait till one security guard comes. As soon as that guard comes, I say, sorry, I'm taking off. And that's why I used to tell the other fellow to go off. Why? Because as soon as the guard comes, I will take off. I will say, I'm sorry, I cannot wait. My wife, the PSW is waiting for my wife's shower, and the other guard had to leave also. So I cannot stay any longer. I have to go. So make the fellow, for coming late, you take over, do it alone till the second one comes. Because why? Both of them are coming late. That's not right. Yeah, the double shift. There were times when I had to do something like that. There were times when I had to do something like that. And suddenly the guard doesn't turn up. And then with the result, you are continuing working for the shift. And then, the mobile supervisor, for the daytime was not a very nice person. The night guy was a nice guy, but the day one was not a very nice person. So they are supposed to get anybody available, whether they have to pay extra or whatever it is, because there's a certain quota that we work for the week, correct? So we are not supposed to be crossing over that. We are not supposed to be crossing over that. But because if we cross over that, they have to pay us 1.5 times the salary, right? If we cross, like we had to work, I think, in the 2 weeks schedule that we had, like salary every two weeks, right? We get salary fortnightly. So for that we had to work. I think something like no, I forget completely. Forget. Like it was a let's say it was an 8 hour shift. Okay, 8 hour shift. So 8 5s are 40. So say 40 and 40, 80 hours, and not even 5 hours. Eight, 3, 8 4s are 32. So something like that. But if it supposing I'm just saying you had to in the 2 weeks you had to work 60 hours in the 2 weeks, but because of somebody coming late and somebody you have to work extra, and it came to 65 hours, then what would happen? They had to pay us 5 hours extra money, one and a half times. So because of that, they never liked people extending the shift and working. Now, what business is it of the scheduler? No business of his. But that somebody else will be paid one and a half times the salary. So they don't like that. They don't like that. Somebody getting more money. Such so stupid, petty mindedness, petty mindedness. And for me, I never stayed quiet. I never stayed quiet for anybody. One day, I must give you this story. I must give you this story. Very interesting story. One day, I came to work. Okay, I came to work for the night shift. When I came for the night shift, the security, the relieving person, he told me, he said, "Oh, there's one guy who came here, and he says that he said he was sent by the head office. Okay, by our head office, he was sent by the head office, and so he came into our security area, and he was asking a lot of questions, and they were answering him, and he even he even began to watch the TV monitor screen, the closed circuit cameras all over the building. So he was watching it on the monitor screen and everything, and asking them questions and all, and they were answering. I said yes. I said, I'm sorry, I will not allow him to this. He is actually an Indian also by birth. He's an Indian, but he settled in the UK for many years. So he had a heavy accent in talking and all, heavy British accent kind of, he had. And fat, short fellow he was. So I said, wait, let him come now for the night shift. And they said, oh, he's coming for the night shift because he said he wants to meet the security guards. So he's coming there for the night shift. So immediately I called the mobile supervisor. I said, like this happened, and the day shift people, the afternoon shift, they allowed him. They allowed him. 1 minute, I have to take this call. My daughter is calling. 1 minute. Yeah, baby. Pardon? Yeah, they came home safely. No problem. Yeah, they are okay. Yeah. Pardon? I don't know. I just came upstairs, so I think Christopher is down there. I think he's down. Yeah. I just okay. I'll just okay. I'll go down and see. How's you reached Edmonton? Okay. Take care. I'll just yeah. Bye. Just sorry. I'll just be back. Just a minute. Christopher, Michelle said she'll be sending you some messages. Just check. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So, a very interesting this is. So I phoned my mobile supervisor and I told him, "Hey guys, can you just find out some information about this guy? His name is Sundara, and he says he's been sent by head office to inspect, you know, to inspect our site, and also can you just find out anything about him?" So he said, okay, I will tell you. But then I told the mobile supervisor, this is what the afternoon security, both of them allowed him to come inside, and they allowed him to look at the monitor and look at some files, and they allowed him to do all that. I am sorry, I am not going to allow that. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to allow that, because according to rules, if he's sent by the head office, he should have a letter. Correct? One, he should have a letter by head office saying that XYZ is coming, and they will be there, and they are blah blah blah. So I should have a letter. That's one. Two, if head office has sent him, a scheduling supervisor or somebody should have informed. Correct? They should have informed. And it was a weekend, so the main supervisor for our supervisor, site supervisor, is not available. She has a weekend off, and we are working 12 hours duty. So I told my mobile supervisor, I'm not allowing him. Try to find out, because he said he's going to come here at the same time we come, 11 o'clock. So till now he hasn't come. So just find out quickly. And then suddenly I saw this fellow coming. Now he came from the car park, so he has parked his car there. So first of all, he's not allowed to park his car there. You must have a sticker and all for your car. Okay. So finally he came in there. Then to come into the building, we have to we had to open him. We had to open the door for him, because people who come in, residents who park their car and come, they have their swipe card. So they swipe the card and they come in. But we had to allow him to come in. So he came in, and then another door we open, and then he comes into the lobby. So I suddenly told him, "Oh, are you He said, "Oh, hi." I said, "Are you Sundara?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, I'm sorry, you cannot come inside." But he continued walking very arrogantly. He continued walking. And then he came in from the security side. He came in, and I stood at the door, but he just brushed past me and walked inside. And he says, "Oh, I'm so and so," and shook hands. I didn't bother to shake his hands. Also, I just looked at him, and I said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I've been sent by the head office, and I've come here to do inspection." I said, "Oh, very good. Show me your letter." He said, "I don't have a letter." I said, "And I'm sorry. You're not allowed to, even you're standing inside here, the security area. It is wrong. You're not supposed to come here. I tried to tell you twice. I told you outside, and then I told you further when you were entering the door, but still you brushed past me and you came in. So you're trespassing. You're not allowed to be here. So you don't have a letter. Neither were we informed about it." Then he said, "Oh, I came during the day shift, and they let me in, and they showed me files, and they showed me the monitor screen, and they gave me all the information I wanted. So why is it that you cannot?" I said, "Because nobody has authorized me to allow anyone to come in here. So I don't care if you are sent by head office or you are sent by anyone. This is my duty. I cannot allow anyone, but you are already standing here, which is already a fault of mine, because I have allowed you to come in here, but you brush past me. So you use physical force to brush past me and come. So that was wrong on your part. So I'm sorry. You have to leave immediately from here. If you don't leave from here, I'm calling my site supervisor and I'm going to complain to him. Or I'll even have to call the police." Okay, okay, fair enough. Okay, I believe. I said, I'm sorry you have to make the trip here, but this is it." He left. He left. Then I call my site supervisor. Anything? My site supervisor saying, "I'm trying to contact so many people. I'm even calling the schedule department, but nobody has any idea who this guy is, where he has come from. Nobody has any idea." I said, "Good, I have done my duty. I didn't allow a stranger to come inside." Now we had a 12-hour shift, right? That was 11 o'clock to 11 o'clock next morning. So I think it was somewhere around 7, 8 o'clock or something. He finally, mobile supervisor gave us a call, and he said, "Okay, I found out that yes, Patricia was our manager, right? Patricia was our manager, our area manager." So he said, "No, Patricia has authorized him." So I said, "How come? If Patricia is a big manager, she knows the rules. So she should have issued him a letter permitting him to come and do whatever he wants to do. And nobody informs us. I said, how come? And okay, they didn't inform the night shift, but what about the afternoon shift people? They should have informed them at least, then they would have informed us, right? But I was not ready to get somebody coming here, a stranger coming into our security area. Why is it security? Because it is, confidential. So I said, no, I'm sorry. But okay, now that you say Patricia has mentioned it, then it's okay. Because it's a weekend. We cannot contact the manager, right? We cannot contact the manager. But he is in a capacity that he can phone up, and so he managed to contact Patricia in the morning, and he told her like this, because Mr. Burton has not allowed Sundara to, come in. He's not allowed him, and also if in case he complains about him, uh, you know, I have to bring it to your notice and all that. But I did my duty. So actually, I shouldn't be punished for doing my duty, right? If anybody is to be punished, it's the afternoon people for letting a stranger come in, right? But I followed protocol. I followed protocol. So, this was a good lesson. And then he made sure he came. He phoned up then. Okay, he phoned up and he said, "Do you have permission now that I can come in tonight to this?" And I said, "Yes, we have now been informed that yes, you are coming in for some inspection. So yes, you can come in and do whatever you want, and I will extend all cooperation tonight." So he came, and I extended all cooperation, whatever he wanted. I showed him whatever he wanted to look at, and I gave it to him, and all those things. And he wanted to see how we do our patrol duty, and he came also with us and all that. And he did, and then he went off. And the next thing we knew, he came in as our site supervisor. He came in because the lady supervisor, they sent her to another branch, and they sent him over here. But he and I never saw eye to eye. We never saw eye to eye because I call a spade a spade. I don't bend rules. I don't bend rules. And I used to lash out at him, whatever it is, very, very firmly. I used to very firmly, I used to say many things. We had some meeting also, trying to improve the working condition. Like he came with some brilliant ideas. I tore many of his ideas. I tore it into pieces. Like I always challenged him. Like oh, you think this is a good idea? No, I don't think so. And I would give him my reason why. So yeah, so that is how, like, that's how I work. Like I work to the rule. I work to the rule, like, kind of. Yeah, like I said before, like I'm I'm a black and white person. I have no gray areas. But yes, there are times when I am flexible. There are times when I'm flexible. It depends on the situation. It depends on the people I'm dealing with. So if I've got to make an allowances for somebody, yes, I will go out of my way and I would make an allowance. But that's very rare. Like very rare. So from that point of view, like but other rules are rules. You stick by the rules. I'm sorry, because if I break a rule, like I would be pulled up for it, isn't it? And can you imagine? My wife has passed away, and scheduling is telling me that I should have asked for permission in advance. Oof. I very sarkily I wrote, "I'm so sorry, I did not know that my wife was going to pass away. If I knew, I would have surely, asked for an off in advance." Actually, in my case, I not only had problems with my scheduler, I had problems also with the person who's higher than her, higher than my scheduler. And that person was in charge of it was the payroll guy person, was the payroll person. So I had a lot of problems with the payroll person also about my pay and my paycheck being cut, for various reasons and things like that. Then I started taking my wife to India for the stem cell treatment. So I had to apply for, some off days and all that. And they said, no, you cannot take off days like this because you have to ask for it in advance, and you have not completed 1 year. We have to complete 1 year of service, and you have not completed 1 year. So because of that, you cannot take the off days. And I said, I'm sorry, this is my wife's health. We are going for the stem cell treatment. This is the only dates we got it, so I couldn't tell you in advance because we had to apply. We had to make appointments in India, and only when we got the appointment for the dates that I could inform you about it. So I'm sorry, I said no. So she was saying, okay, then in that case, what will happen is we will strike you off the record of work, and when you come back, you'll have to reapply again. I said, okay, fine. I will do it, no problem. So consider me like terminated. And when I come back, I have to reapply. Fine, no problem. But I wrote off email to the Patricia, to our area manager. I wrote off to her. She was the we got head for the we got head for the security staff. We had for commercial and residential. So she was for residential. So I wrote off an email to her that I'm coming to see you in the morning. And I went to the head office and I waited. Then she came and saw me. And then I said, like this, I have to go. I'm not going for my pleasure, or I'm not going for a holiday or something like that. I'm going because it's my wife. So Ia says, I remain on this and I go for a funeral. Okay, yeah. Sorry about the funeral, whoever passed away. That's sad. It's really sad. Take care, yeah. So I said, so and so. She said, no, it's okay, don't worry. And I will speak to the payroll person. I will speak to the payroll person. And the payroll person had a kind of Indian name, very much Indian name. But later on, I learned that, yeah, she is of Indian origin from her parents or grandparents, but she's now in Fiji. She's now actually she's now in Fiji, so that's where she came from. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for staying on my channel. Thank you for staying on my channel. So yes, she's from Fiji. So they all acted tough with me, but I stood my ground. Yeah, you want to terminate me? Terminate me. When I come back, I will apply fresh. No, I will apply fresh. But I told my area manager. She said, don't worry. You proceed on your leave, and I will have, what was her name? Anu Singh or something. I will have a word with her, so you don't have to worry about it. Nobody is going to terminate you. See, I was a good worker. I was a good worker, so people appreciated that. So she said, no, nobody is going to terminate you. This is a medical. We have to grant you leave for these kind of things, So you go ahead and you um, finish your treatment and you come back. She just said, give me the dates and all, you are away because we have to get other people to work. And they had like about a week's notice, a week's notice. And already I had lined up many, many, many of the other security guards. I asked them, this is my schedule, or which of you can cover my schedule? And I already got like a couple of people who could cover most of my schedule, because they cannot work extra hours, so it has to come within the normal working hours for the 2 weeks. Otherwise, they will be paid 1.5 times salary, so that cannot be permitted. So but I fixed up with them according to all those things. And I already had people, I gave a kind of a roster that on these days at this time when I have a duty, these are the people who are willing to do it for me. So you now talk to them and you schedule with them. So the payroll also, she told her off, and when she replied to her, she replied to me also. She copied me also on the email, and I went on and I came back, and there was no break in service, no nothing. So that's how I work. That's how I work, and I don't care who's in authority. It doesn't make a difference to me, but A rule is a rule, and it has to be that. That is why I say Canada. Canada talks about family and family oriented and all. No, it's only in talk. It's only in talk. But actually, when the time comes, they don't do anything. They don't follow. Family doesn't mean anything. So you know that's the situation. So anyway, I did not bother. Also, what is the time? 6:19. So I'll just switch on the room light. God said, "Let there be light," and there came to be light. So sorry, I'm moving my laptop too much. I didn't realize it. So God said, "Let there be light," and there came to be light. Yeah. So that's. Of course, they were not typical days of working, but I just had to bring out those incidents, like this is a very thick mattress, very comfortable, very comfortable. And these are the ones you have to use a pump to pump it up. You cannot blow. You have to pump it. Air mattress, but very comfortable. Last time also I slept. But before that, I had to sleep on a couch, and it's only a two-seater couch, and I'm a bit too tall for it, so it was very awkward. But last time when I came in August, they brought this air mattress, like they bought it so that I can sleep comfortably. So now it's useful. So yeah, that's the story. That's how it is. I've had lots of experiences in my life, lots of experiences, good experiences, bad experiences, but lots of experiences I've had. And I developed also so many, more interesting and better ways of working. Like, I used to give suggestions and all that for that. But that's very important. But there are so many things that are so redundant, like, and we are forced to do it. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. It's just a waste of time. This new site supervisor, he told us to do a project work, and that took a lot of our time. And I kept telling him, "You are wasting our time, you are wasting our time, you are wasting our time." And I told him straight off, "If anything backfires from this, do not ask me to do it again. I refuse." And that's what happened. the whole thing backfired, and he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It was not the correct way that I instructed you all to do it, so it has to be done again." I said, "Sorry, I told you in the beginning itself that this is not the right way, and I warned you that I'm not going to do it. So you can complain to whoever you want. I'm not doing it. You can get the other security guard. You can ask the daytime people to do it. I'm not going to do it." And I refused. I refused. They gave it to the night guards because the night guards are a little less relaxed. Like the day guards have, mail coming in and lots of people coming in and things like that. Night we didn't have all those things. There were no deliveries coming, like parcel deliveries coming in the night, and people are mostly sleeping, so no harassment for them to come. And most of the time, except on the weekend, because the weekend people would party and there would be loud noise and disturbance, and somebody will call and complain, there's loud noise coming from so and so room, and then we had to go up and we had to, uh, tell them to keep quiet, and then it still didn't happen. And then many times we had to call off, we had to call off the party. You'll have to, sorry, you have to end the party. Then they would put in a complaint about us, and that was a very notorious place. Those two buildings, very notorious place. So it was a bit tough, It was a bit tough working over there. But after my wife passed away, like she passed away on 10th of November, and uh, immediately in December, I told my site supervisor, I told him, please search for another place, please search for another place. And then one day I told them, okay, that's enough. I'm not working anymore at this place because I didn't like my supervisor. I didn't like what he's doing. So I said, I'm sorry, I cannot work with this man any longer. So if you cannot find me something, I said, I'm going to quit working. I will join another security company. And he said, no, Winston, I'm trying, but just hang on. There's something that has come up. I'm talking to, and he mentioned the name of one guy, Emmanuel. I'm just talking to him. He's the manager for. It was in another province, so he's the manager for that area. So I'm just in talk with him, and I'll get back to you about it. I said okay. So this happened when I came off my morning shift, right? And then evening I had to go to work, and I think at about 11 o'clock night I have to go to work. So I think it was around. I still have the email with me, the email. So around five-ish or something, he sent us. Now he's not supposed to be working. He's working only during the night. But yet, because of me, he still, followed up with all this during the daytime. And then around 5 o'clock, he sent a message. He copied my scheduler, right? He copied my scheduler, and he wrote to the area manager, and he copied my scheduler, and he copied all Patricia and everybody else. He copied all the other managers and payroll and all. He copied everybody on that, and he said, okay, with immediate effect from today, Mr. Burton will not go for his night shift, and he already covered my night shift with two other security guards. He covered my night shift, and he said like, okay, Winston is not going, and then he already scheduled me with the new supervisor, the new site supervisor where I would be going, and he laid out a plan like. I should get my training with the site supervisor because the area manager said for me to get training with the evening guy, okay, the afternoon guy and the night guy, for me to get training with the afternoon guy and the night guy. But the site supervisor said, no, the afternoon guy is not a reliable guy. So I don't want Mr. Burton to train with him. So instead, let him start his training in the night with the night guy. And then next day, he can go off. And the day after that, he can come and work with the day shift with the site supervisor. So that's how they arranged it. So I had those 2 days. One I worked night, then after night I had that day off, and then the next day I came. The following day, I came and worked the shift with the site supervisor. So I saw something how it's done during the day and something how it's done during the night. But then I got the afternoon shift. I got the afternoon shift. So the site supervisor would come from 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Then I would come from 3 in the afternoon to 11 in the night. And then the night person used to come from 11 in the night to 7 in the morning. So 8 hour shifts we used to work. Three of us, 8 hour shifts. And on the weekend, the site supervisor doesn't come. Then we have to work 12-hour shifts. So instead of me um, instead of me coming at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I would work from no, I would come at what was it? I would come at 7. I would work from 7 in the morning to no, no, no. I would work from 11 in the morning because my shift has to end at 11 in the night. I used to work from 11 in the morning to 11 in the night. And the night guy who comes from 11, he was working from 11 to 7 in the morning, but he had to work from 11 in the night to 11 next morning. So, and I, instead of coming at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I had to come at 11 o'clock in the morning and work my 12-hour shift till 11 o'clock in the night. So we have only two security guards on the weekend, and we each work 12-hour shifts. So that is how we managed. That's how we managed. So, so that was nice. The working conditions and everything. Thank you, Pita, for still being here. Thank you so much. But I think there is no one else here. I think everyone has gone. It's only Pita, you have come now. So everybody else has gone, I think. Ia, of course, said she was going, and I think Stephen has gone also. So, Pita, I hope you don't mind then. I will just end. I will end now. I've completed 1.5 hours, so that's good enough. That's good enough. Oh, Stephen, you are still there? Okay, Stephen, thank you so much. Okay, I will wait. I will wait a little while more. Stephen also is there, so that's good. And Peter, you have come, so I don't mind waiting. I don't mind. It's okay. I'll wait. Oh, Maya also is coming. So sweet. Okay, let's carry on for another half an hour at least. Okay, we carry on for another half an hour. Okay, thank you, Stephen, for still being here. So, yeah, so these are some of my working conditions that I used to have. I've always had loggerheads with people where I've worked. Always loggerhead because there are principles that I work on, and I will not be bending principles for the sake of other people. No, I will not bow in. Yeah, if some work is there and I have to do it, but I work within certain principles and guidelines. And talking about principles, in so many schools where I used to be teaching, uh, let's start from the beginning. The first school I taught for 3.5 years. No problem with the principal because I was an ex-student of the school. So when I was a student in the school, oh, Maya also, that's okay, don't worry. Better late than never. Like this morning, Ia's live stream. She had just come on and she was talking in a live stream and she said, I'm so sorry. Today I woke up late. Today I woke up late, so I've started the live stream late. So I'm so sorry because I woke up late. And what was my message to her? It's better that you woke up late rather than never wake up at all, right? It's better you woke up late rather than never wake up at all. So it's that way. So my first job, 3.5 years, no problem with the principal. Then I went for 1 year, for 13 months. I went and worked in Muscat, Oman. I was at loggerhead with my principal. Okay. Then I came back. I worked for a few months. I worked in a school, and that was okay, no problem. Then I went to another school where I worked for 10 years. Out of the 10 years, the first year everything was okay, but the remaining 9 years I was at loggerheads with the principal. Then I went to United Arab Emirates. I worked in a place called Alain. Okay, Alain. And there again, loggerhead with my principal. Then that principal left, another principal came, and again there was some. We helped that principal so much. He was an Anglo Indian also, and you cannot work according to like how you work in India. There are different. You have to give in to parents. You have to do a lot of things like which we normally don't do. But here it is a matter of you cannot have students leaving the school. So he never used to take my suggestions and nothing like that. And then there were four other staff members who were also teaching senior school, and they sort of got together and they complained to the new principal, and they told the new principal that you know why is Winston only getting all the responsibilities to do things in the school. So I wasn't a supervisor or anything, but I had lots of responsibilities, and I used to help out with timetable. I used to help out with timetable. I used to help out with the timetables, and with lots of administrative duties and all that. So they went to the principal one day and complained, why is Winston, we four of us are there, we four can easily manage the duties. So my principal called me and he said, Winston, these people came to have a complaint. So it's okay, you're not officially, supervisor or anything like that, and you have been working. So thank you for all that. But let me give them a chance and see what they are. So four of them were doing what I was doing, and I was doing regular teaching as well, regular teaching. So four of them were doing what I was doing, and after 1 month, I came back again. My principal said they are useless, and he told them also off. He said, "You all are useless. Four of you cannot do what Winston was doing by himself." So he brought me back on. But my relationship with him changed, right? It changed. That he is a principal, but he still gave in to whims and fancies of other teachers, right? So I and then he never used to listen to my advice, and then he used to be called very often by the main head, the owner of the school. Like he used to be called very often for inquiries into many stuff. So many times he was absent from school, going for inquiries and all that. So at that time, like I had to kind of manage and everything. And his wife used to teach in the school, and so finally they asked him to leave. They asked him to leave, and then they brought back the previous person. They brought her back again. So first she had the designation of headmistress, but when she was brought back, she got the designation of principal. So the day she came, my wife was packed and ready. She came with a resignation letter and 1 month's salary, and she gave it and said, "I'm leaving work today." And she left. So because of that, this principal who came back again now, she from teaching senior school, she put me right down to teach English and math in grade 3. She gave me to teach English and math in grade 3. When I was teaching grade 11 and 12, she brought me down to teach grade 3. I kept quiet because that was August. So August, September, October, November, December, 5 months I had to work, 5 months. Because in December my contract was getting over. So I would not renew my contract, you know. My contract was getting over. So I decided I will not renew my contract. So I kept quiet. I worked happily, you know, doing that. Only teaching. I was not doing any other supervisory job or anything. I was just doing my teaching. And when my time came, my visa was over, I left. That also, like, you know, she said, okay, when you're leaving now, you have to get your visa cancelled. We have to cancel your visa. And I said, no. The rule is, I found out everything beforehand. So I said, no, the rule is that I can wait for 30 days. Though my services are like terminated, I've resigned from here, but I still can stay in the country for 30 days. After 30 days, you can cancel my visa. When you cancel my visa, then I get another 30 days to stay in the country. So I'm going to exercise my full right about that. So I'm going to Dubai, and I gave her a date. So about 2 days before the 30 days are over, 2 days before the 30 days are over, I said, you keep all the paperwork ready. I will come here and I will surrender my passport to get my visa cancelled. Please cancel it within 1 day or 2 days maximum, and then I will go back. So they canceled my visa. So when they canceled my visa, I still have another 30 days to stay because I had to search for a job, right? I had to search for a job. So I needed more time. If they cancelled it, I would have only 30 days in the country, not enough to search for a new job. So whole of January and February, I was searching, and then I found another job in February, and they gave release letter. But there I was working temporary, and I was still searching for a better job. And there was one school, I liked the school, and I used to always phone up the principal. Every Saturday, I would phone up the principal. Hello, Mr. Miranda, is there any vacancy? And she said, Winston, Mr. Burton, I told you we don't have any vacancy. You come in the month of August, and that time I will have some vacancy when we start a new academic year for September. So contact me in August. And like this, she used to tell me every weekend I would call her, and every weekend she would tell me the same thing. And then one Saturday I called her, and she said, "Okay, Winston, can you call me back after 1 hour?" So I said, "Okay, sure." And I said, "Wow, you know, it's good." So after 1 hour, like I called her back, and then she said, "Okay, my senior grade 11, and it was an O level school, British O level school." So she said, "My senior teacher teaching grade 11, she's getting married, so she's going to India. So there is a two week leave vacancy. So are you willing to take up the vacancy?" So I said, "Yes, I'll do it." And the school I used to go to teach, I was teaching in the afternoon. You know, the boys, the girls were having the school in the morning, and the boys in the afternoon. So I said, "Yeah, morning I can come and work up to this time, and then I have to go there." So she agreed. So I went there in the morning. I used to work. Then my sister used to come and pick me up. She used to drive from work, her lunch break, pick me up, buy a sandwich on the way. I'm eating the sandwich in the car, and she used to drop me. I never had a car and all that those days. So then she used to drop me to my place of work. And after the work was finished and all, then I used to catch transport to come home. So yeah, that is how I was. That's how I worked for that time. And then the 2 weeks became into 3 weeks. By that time the March exams were over for the other school. So so I told them, like, uh, I won't be coming back to work, because the new school where I was now, from 2 weeks it became 3 weeks, because she wanted to extend the honeymoon. She wanted to extend the honeymoon. So she said, like, "Oh, the teacher's coming 1 week later. So can you continue?" I said, "Yes, I can continue for 1 week." And then within that week, like in the beginning of that week, third week, she called me, and she said, "Mr. Burton, we find you to be a very good worker and things like that. And she had another teacher who was keeping an eye on me and observing my classes and all. That lady was a Pakistani, and she was a very nasty piece of work, very nasty piece of work. Like, she thought, like, she's the best to teach English and all, like. So she was at loggerheads with many other teachers in the school. So I can you imagine, I had this particular teacher to deal with, but I do not know why. And they said, no, Farzana gave a very good account of you and your teaching and all that. So I was very shocked, like, that she said that. So, what I'm going to do is, since you're very good in sports and everything, will you help the PE teacher, because he's all alone? Can you help him with with sports and all that? Help him with games and all that, and PE and all. Help him with that, and so sometimes you help him with that, and sometimes I'll give you grade three, only to teach English composition and essay writing to grade three. I said, "Oh my God, grade three, Mr. Miranda. I'm not used to teaching the lower classes." She said, "No, only for this temporary period till the summer vacation, and then from September I'll put you full time to teach senior school full time English, senior school English and middle school math." So I said, "Okay, good." Now, what used to happen? Sometime I'm on the field, and then I have to come back to the classroom and teach. So because of that, no worries, Stephen. I will look into that later. I think you missed my post in your subject. I think you missed my post on your subject. Okay. You mean she missed something on your video channel? So what I decided was, uh, I used to go, with tie and jacket and all that. So I used to take off my jacket, and I used to go to the field, but I used to go to the field with a tie and everything, with a tie and shirt, pant and tie. And some of the parents told the principal, "Who's that sports teacher who's coming with tie and all? We have never seen a sports teacher coming with tie and all to the sports field." So she asked me, she said, "Oh, I missed your post on this subject. Let me go back. I'm so sorry, Stephen, because I keep looking, but then maybe I missed something. Maybe because I got up to go down and all, so I must have missed that. I mentioned about Joyce and her nursing for the night. Then, you mean I missed yours before that? No, you said 28 days period. You work 7 days day shift, 7 days night shift. I commented on that also. I've been off Thursday evening and I go back to work on Thursday evening something. So you had off from Thursday and you go back to work on Thursday. So that also I saw. Did my did my routine posts not go th- did my routine post not go through? Did my routine post not go through? So let me go back and see what you said about the routine posts. Day was fine, Joyce. Just relaxed most of the day. Get home from work. Yes, get home from work. around 5:30 to 5:45. Eat dinner and relax with Martha. Watch a little YouTube and go to bed at 8 o'clock. Yes, correct. I remember once before also you telling me 8 o'clock you get into bed when you have your uh, early morning shift, right? When you have early morning shift. Okay, yes. And then before that, you have written, I get up at 4 a.m., get dressed and ready for work, check check work emails to see if any major problems, leave for work at 4:45. Yes, Stephen, I did miss these two. My apologies. My apologies. I did miss these two. I think it is because I went down. I went down for something and came up, and by then it had disappeared. My apologies for that. Uh, yeah, okay, fine. So sorry about that, Stephen. Yes. So Stephen had written, I get up at 4 a.m., get dressed and ready for work, check work emails to see if any major problems, and then leave for work at 4:45. That's good because as a security guard, we used to come to work, and when we come to work, they would just brief us a little bit. If anything like was serious or something, police came on the site, or if an ambulance came on the site or something so they would just brief us so that we know what had happened during their shift. And then there was a logbook. So like if a police came for some case, or if the ambulance came to take somebody, and any incident like that, there was a leakage somewhere and all, so that kind of a report had to be made out and put into the system. So it was our duty to come in, and then we had to read the system, and we had to kind of like put our initials against it so that they know we have read it. So we had to do that, so we didn't get emails or anything like that. But I guess because you are a supervisor, so you got that. So maybe my supervisor would get it also from someone. So yeah, that's right. And then Stephen also wrote, get home from work around 5:30 to 5:45, eat dinner and relax with Martha, watch a little YouTube, and go to bed at 8 o'clock. So that is when you have the day shift, right? When you have the day shift. So your night shift routine would be kind of just the opposite, right? Okay. Sorry, Stephen, for missing that out. So what about your night shift? Did you mention something when you have the night shift? What is your routine when you have the night shift? Poor Pita thought it was for her, but I was the culprit. Yeah. So yes, that was it. Right. That was it. So what is your night shift, and how does the routine change for you when it's your night shift, Stephen? Then what happens like at that time? Because I know in the night shift, yeah. Okay, Stephen has no night shift routine is about the same, except I eat before going to work at nights. Okay. So you have dinner and then you go to work. So what are your night shift timings like? What are the night shift timings like? And I connect. Pita has written, yeah, because I'm busy, I'm not able to run through the comments on my posts. Yeah, Pita, you are really don't have much time at your disposal. Correct. But Pita, if you get notifications, right, Pita? You get the notifications. So what you can do is, if there are any new people, okay. See, we who are regular people, we are regular people. We can understand. But if there are any new people, suddenly you find sometimes new people have come to your post for the first time. I get a few because they are recommended from other posts like ER and all. Recommend somebody. Calvo recommends people visit the Burton channels. They subscribe to his channel. So I even get some extra subscriptions coming in from them. So in that case, I always look through, I look through, and if I see something new, I first open those ones, I first open those ones, and I take time to go to their channel. I go to their channel and I try to see what their channel is about. I read the description, what their channel is about. I see from when they have started their channel, and then before I used to subscribe, hoping they will subscribe back again. But I found like I was subscribing to so many people in the hope that they will subscribe back again, but they were not subscribing. So call it selfish or call it whatever you want. I'm sorry, but I expect them to reciprocate in the same way, correct? If I'm subscribing to your channel, I would like you also to please subscribe to my channel, right? And when I found that not happening, so now I don't do to any new person, I don't really do it. Sometimes I break the rule once in a way, but I don't usually do it. And I wait for them. If you want to subscribe, you subscribe, otherwise no. So it became that way after some time. Night shift times are about the same except AM and PM reversed. Okay, okay, same time. That's okay, fair enough. So you will be eating very early to go to work, right? Very early to go to work. Hmm. I used to go to work from 11 in the morning to 7 in the 11 at night to 7 in the morning. So I used to have my comfortable dinner at a normal time. Like I would have my dinner and I would go, and then I would take a snack. I would take a snack to eat around 3 o'clock or something, a little snack to eat a snack. And then I would go at 7 o'clock home. First thing, see to my wife when a shower and all is over. Then I will make her breakfast, and then I used to make my breakfast. So I used to feed her breakfast at that time, and then I used to if the PSW worker who was giving her shower. So while she's showering her, I would make my wife's breakfast and keep ready. So if she still had some time, she would feed my wife breakfast, but that was very rare. So mostly I would feed my wife breakfast and I would have my breakfast also. I don't eat before work on a day shift. Okay. Then you get too lazy to work. Is that the reason? Even I don't have the habit of eating anything in between. Like, mine is a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I will not do any snacking or anything like in between. I don't usually do that. So what happened was when I started going for the security job, I saw them bringing a snack. They bring a snack to eat and all that. And then I realized, in night if you stay awake late, you feel hungry. So then I realized, like, yes, I do feel hungry at home also if I stay awake late. I go to bed late, then on my days off, then I do feel hungry. So I said, yeah, better I also take something. And from snack, it became to real good food. Like, I would take like part of the dinner leftover, take that to eat. And then I would share with this Punjabi boy, I would share something with him, bring him something also. So, yeah, that was really good. Like, so, yeah, tomorrow morning I will leave the house very early. So it means I will have to get up very early. I will have to get up very early and have a shower and then leave home. So, yeah, I'll find out from my son-in-law uh, properly again, what time we are going to be leaving. But he said about 6:30 or something to leave. Let me check the days of the week. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, we go. So, yeah, that is what will happen. So, we leave at 6:30 in the morning, about 6:30, so very early. Oh, take winter jackets, wear thermal wear. I kept my thermal wear outside, so keep my thermal wear. I'll wear thermal wear inside and have my jacket. Take along my jacket and go tomorrow. So let's see now how things go off tomorrow. Okay, then, I think I will take a break now. I need to go down and see what's happening. Right, I've been up here for 2 hours. I'll go down and see what's happening and yeah, see what is happening and have my dinner also. Then I'll have to find out about what time we are leaving tomorrow. So thanks so much, Stephen and Pita, for being here till the end. And ER also, she's on. She said she's keeping my live stream on, though she's going for a funeral. So much support I get from all of you. I'm so thankful and happy. And I will give you support also when you all start your live stream and other things. But I do look out for your videos. I do go look out for your videos as well and see anything new so that I can, respond to it. Oh, Joyce also there. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you so much, Joyce. So nice of all of you to be there. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But Joyce, you didn't say anything about your typical day. And Pita also, you didn't mention anything about your typical day. I'm so sad. Too bad. This too bad and so sad and too bad. It reminds me. It reminds me of a joke. Okay, so there was a son. He had gone to university, right? So one day he sent his father a message, and the message read like this: no man means no money. Okay, he meant no money. So no man, no fun, your son. No man means money. So no man, no fun, your son. So his father replied, so sad, too bad, your dad. So sad, too bad, Your dad, the father wrote back. I remember this joke long ago. I read this joke somewhere. I was thinking if I came at 8 o'clock, it would be too late, you know. So that's why I came on a little earlier. And I think this is a nice time. This is a nice time. When the kids come from school and all that, and after some time I will come up here. So let me see how it goes on Friday. If it's possible, I will do that. Okay, Joyce, next time. Or you can put in your comments, Joyce, in your comments, you can write a little bit about your routine. You can write in your comments. I will read it and respond to it later on. You can do that. Just put it in the comments. Your usual, typical day, like, what it is like. So just don't forget, please remember, where did my post go? I just now wrote a thank you note and it seems to have disappeared somewhere. My thank you note. It seems to have disappeared somewhere. Ah, here it is. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. I see I forgot to read it before I posted it. Thank you all very much for your interaction and being here with me till the end. I appreciate it so much. YouTube has started slashing hours again. What to do? It's okay. Let them do what they have to do, and I will do what I have to do, right? So it's that way. So really, thank you. Nice of you to all have been here right till the end. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. So yeah, I can say good night to Stephen. I can now say good night to Joyce because we are in the same part of the world. And Pita, you have a wonderful day, and Ia have a wonderful day, right? So thank you all. I will end the live stream and let's go down and see what's happening. Okay. So take care. Love you all and God bless.